I'm ready.
Yo, what it do, what it do? It's the L.A Khalil podcast. We're back. Happy New Year's. I'm blessed with a great guest,
Yeah,
Isaiah Hammond. How you doing, good sir?
man, I'm doing good, man. How about you?
I'm doing blessed. I'm still in good spirits to start the New Year's off.
For
I'm
sure.
just happy to be here, joined by such a good friend
Yes,
and
sir.
someone I knew not only just through school but through church, religiously having a religious friendship, a religious tie to a good friend. That's always been something I've always, appreciated and
Yes.
wanted, and I don't want to take that for granted. And I'm really happy
So,
and blessed that you're here. We're here. We made it.
man, thank you for having me on, bro. Thank you.
Yes. Yes, sir. It's been a minute. It's been a mission. I've been waiting for this.
There you go, man. Now's our time to shine.
Yes, sir. Isaiah, we've known
Yes.
each other. We known about each other. We known each other for about what so like since 2015.
Let me see. I would say
Yeah.
freshman, sophomore year of high school,
Yeah.
something like that. So 2015, 2016,
2015. Wow.
something like that.
That's 6 years right there. That's
It
six
is, man. That's
years.
crazy.
That is really crazy.
Yeah.
And through those 6 years, through school, through church, I remember at one point you left and came back.
Yes.
Right. You went to what was the name of that church school? It was uh,
So I never actually left Granada. What happened was like actually I got like sick for like a very long time. So I was like I guess I never really left the campus, you know what I
okay.
mean? But I was like home.
Okay,
But
you're
I was still going there, you know. I was there
okay,
for maybe like 3 I was probably there for like a semester, I guess. But
right,
stuff happens
right. Life
and
life hits you from all angles and sides.
exactly, bro. But man, we're chilling now. We're good.
Um, I remember we went to the same church. Obviously, we went to
Yes.
Shepherd Church up in Northridge, Los Angeles, California. Speaking, the
Mhm.
Valley, and we was able to connect so greatly. Not only because we went to the same church, we were in the same D group. And for people that don't know what that is or have any familiar with that, it's basically a group of what about 4 or 5 kids,
Yeah,
the
yeah. So,
same sex or gender, all girls, all boys, with a mentor to say,
mhm.
we're in the same age, high school level or school level,
Yeah.
and we have a bit more of like an intimate setting, talking about Jesus, talking about church,
Yeah,
Christianity.
just growing spiritually and have like an older mentor there to guide us the right way.
Exactly, not just talking about church or talking about what's happened, but it allowed us to talk to one another, be a bit more open with what we're going on and how we can grow within ourselves and grow with each other. Maybe
Yes.
what I'm going through is similar to what Isaiah is going through. And because we're, vocal about it, we can kind of like learn from one another and, grow from there.
Yeah.
And that's
Couldn't
something I
agree
really
more.
did appreciate.
Mm-hmm.
That's something I really did appreciate. And I really want to go back, like just to visit, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah, no, definitely, man.
that's something I've always took with me. Like literally, like I moved the mic. When I moved to Texas. Haha, beat you to it.
There
And
you go.
I'm a very sentimental person in regards of like collectibles. And that can be a good or bad thing. And the little sheets of notes or whatever that we're like fill in the blank, I took all of those with me. I collected them
Wow. Okay.
all, and like
There
I
you
would
go.
read them and everything. And I remember I had like a girlfriend at one point.
See you.
It was like
Well,
like my senior year of high school.
okay.
I had a serious thing
Okay.
because at one point we were talking about religion, like when a girl went like, oh, I want someone I can talk of religion with, you know what I mean? Like we was
Yes.
at a very intimate level like that,
Okay.
something I never had at that point before
Hmm.
until then, but something I've always wanted to. And it was just cool to be able to have such an experience like that. And I'm thankful that I did have such a strong willing to bring keep those type of items in my life
Yes.
and to continue look at them. And I was always amazed by that church, just how they handled themselves. It wasn't boring. It wasn't long.
Yeah, they handled it really well. You know, it's very tough to especially, you know, if it's run by adults to reach the youth and really speak to them.
Mhm,
And that's something that's, you know, that's very hard to replicate. So I'm very impressed, you know, with the way they carried it out.
mhm.
And you know, like you said, you know, you can still look back and then have these great memories, you know, and you keep that with you. So I'm you know,
Yeah.
very impressed with the way they handled it. And you know, I've grown so much since then because of, you know, what they, you know, have taught us, you know,
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
it just sticks with you.
I to piggyback off your point about like reaching the youth, that is a really hard thing too, because like kind of like with school, to grab the youth's attention can be a very hard thing. Not only to grab the youth's attention, but maintain the youth's attention.
Yeah.
That's always been a hard thing with certain organizations and places, and they just handle it with ease. And it
Mhm.
always felt, like a good church or like a good environment, it's good when, and I like to use church for example. Like church is something of a, it's religious, it's something, a place to go worship, pray, learn about your religion and your spirit and everything. You never expect you're not typically expecting. It felt like it felt like a party. It felt like
Yeah, almost.
a gas. It felt fun. If
It
I don't,
did.
I
It
I
did.
want to come back tomorrow. I want to be here longer. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's like a place that you wouldn't expect to have that feeling that I always carried, that I always had. Like, can we do this again? Not because maybe there's snacks in the back or there's cool music, but the intimate feeling, the learning with one another, the coming like on D groups or like on Saturdays when we had the youth specific, area,
Yeah.
not even just the big place, but our thing, where we would come up and pray all at the front, or like we'd gather around in the front
Yeah.
and worship and everything. And not only that, like what I love a lot was I I'm with Isaiah from
Yeah.
school.
All
I'm
the
with so and
homies.
so from school. I'm
Exactly.
I'm
It
with
was live, man. Hey,
it was
look, we
live,
legit had a party every single time.
like
And
literally.
it was like a what like spoke to me, I guess, was like the genuineness of
Mhm.
people, you know?
Sure.
Not just of the students, but like of the adults too. They weren't just there to like just chaperone and be like, "Oh,
Babysit.
you can't do this." Like,
Yeah.
no, they were like, the people were cool, man, and they
Yeah.
just wanted to see you grow. That's it.
Yeah.
And they presented it in a way that spoke to the youth, but also made them want to come back for more.
Hmm.
Yeah, and that's just something, you know, we can all take with us, and not even just in a religious aspect, but just in life in general. Like we could take that and with whatever creative ideas we have, you know, try to replicate what Shepherd did, you know,
Yeah.
try to you know, reach the youth, because that's you know, that's the future, man, and really make it in a way where people want to come back for more.
Always. That's
Yeah.
something I carry like with myself, like, as a principle. Like the youth is so important. Definitely like as at the toddler level where they're so vulnerable, and with or without proper training, they're gonna act like this and be able to, excel, or they're gonna go without and then they're gonna be slacking and not be in the position to succeed,
Yes.
and you hit it out the park, definitely with the genuineness from the adults. And see, that's the thing, like you have like Pastor Dudley, who is
The
out there.
Dud.
He's a vet, he's a
Yeah.
vet. But then you have people that were like 27, 25,
Hmm.
not old, but not high school, not middle school.
Yeah,
And so
people who live through the
they
real world, you know.
exactly, and they know, okay, at this age they can relate more than the older
Exactly.
people that were going to school in the 60s or 70s or whatever, that we
Yeah.
didn't, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
And so they understood what we were going through. And I think they had a bit more of a, like they had a bit of more of understanding than, patience. And so that's something I really like take. It's more, it's so great that it's more than just the spiritual learning and understanding. It's also people, yo, this that I'm going through at home, yo, this school, like, I need help. Oh,
Yeah,
this girl right here, like this girl that I'm talking to, like, I'm trying to, take it seriously. Like, they can give advice that is more
exactly.
than just, you know what I mean? And so I've always appreciated that. Of course, appropriate and everything. And I miss that. I miss that church. It was a party, man. Like, it
Yeah,
was
it
it was a
was. It
great
was
place to be. And it was
for sure.
something to look forward to.
Mhm.
Respectfully, I never really cared about going to church because I just didn't look forward to it. It was boring, it was long, and I wanted to be either asleep. I hated waking up at 6:30 in the morning.
Same, man. Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
they just have such a great way of executing church in
definitely, definitely.
the idea of church. And I'm happy for them. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, they
they're
figured it out, you
sticking.
know.
They got I mean, they've had it for, a while, but before I left, they have finished the newer, bigger stadium, or
Yeah, they said
arena.
it have like a stadium now,
No,
and
for real. Like, it felt like an arena, like going to a
yeah,
concert, how big it was.
yeah,
And it's crazy. And now that talking to you right now, seeing the growth of the stadium while also going through high school and maturing, I was growing too. And every week was an update. What
yeah.
I'm growing, how am I growing, and how the building is growing.
Hmm.
And it's just a crazy, just crazy to now even think about that. Like, I was growing as the place that I'm in, we're all anticipating to go worship and learn more about ourselves was growing.
Yeah,
And it was around that time where, finally time it completed, I was still learning a bit more about myself and elevating. And it's I live like 30 less than 30 minutes away from Granada Hills.
hmm.
Maybe about like 30, 40 minutes to
Dang,
Northridge.
you
And
talking about from the school?
I'm from the from the school, but like maybe like
You drove
35.
30 minutes?
Yeah,
Dang, bro.
I live in mid city. You know what I mean?
Okay,
Like, I'm like, and I guess in terms of like driving distance, like about 5 to 10 minutes from like Beverly Hills.
yeah,
So like I'm more closer than I thought I would be, though, for sure.
okay, yeah. Oh, so you talking about like now,
No,
not.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay, okay,
Then,
okay,
oh, back then I was, shit, I lived like down the street from the school.
okay. Yeah, yeah. I'm about to say, bro, like that's a hefty drive for school,
Oh,
man.
for
Like
sure.
I know Granada had like all they were
The
critically acclaimed or
rules.
whatever, but
Oh yeah, they sent an investigator to my house to make sure I lived there.
yeah, bro, definitely.
They were not kidding about that.
Man, no,
I
no.
hate Granada, man. Fuck them niggas, man. Fuck
I
them.
hated that school, man. I'm just glad it's done. Because
Oh,
honestly,
sure.
bro, high school was high school was tough for me, bro. Like
Same.
personally, I'm not the best student, and it's not like I'm not trying. Like I'm definitely trying. I just kind of like suck.
Man, they
But
have some
like
hot ass
when
teachers.
it comes to art, right? So I'm a photographer now, and I'm getting into videography
Yes,
as well.
sir.
So like that's where my strength is in art and just expressing myself in that way.
Mhm.
So when I could take college courses uh that are in my field, I can excel in that. I think I got like a 3.5 GPA this semester
Mhm.
versus in high school like I was like a steady like 2.0, like
Right.
barely scraping it.
Yeah.
And like freshman year, I literally had all F's, bro. Like
Yeah.
I don't know how I passed or
Yeah.
like how I like went on to sophomore year
Right.
because I think I had like 5 F's and like 1 C, bro. Like it was bad, but
Were you? Did you like before entering Granada? Were you living in Cali, or
mhm.
did you? Okay, because that's something
Born and raised.
that's something I had to learn and adapt to. Like, what kids knew in middle school, they
Yeah.
already had an idea of what to expect in high school.
Mhm.
I was coming from where I was coming from. I wasn't doing chemistry or any other science besides environmental science or
Yeah.
biology, like the basics. I was coming from the basics from elementary to middle school,
Yeah.
and everyone else here, their basics was the stuff you're getting in high school.
Yeah.
And so I had
It's
to
kind of
really,
ridiculous, bro.
it
And
is,
I think
but
it also depends on what high school you went to.
mhm,
Cause bro, like Granada was kind of ridiculous. I went to because I moved to Texas my junior year,
shout
and
out,
I went to Frisco High School in Frisco, Texas. It's in Dallas,
right.
and like it was like exponentially easier, bro. Like suddenly my 2.0s turned into 3.0s, and like I was doing like less work. The stuff was easy. So I'm wondering if like I don't know, Cali's either producing geniuses or their school system is just like stupid. I don't know.
I think
It don't even make sense.
I think it's 2020. It's
It's 2020.
yeah, it's a situation where it shouldn't matter where you
Yeah.
are, if you have the intellect and the desire to be intellectual, or to
Mhm.
grasp and take every opportunity for higher education, then you're going to always have that ability to learn and be adaptive of where you are.
Yeah.
I personally think I am grateful for Granada, because it
Oh,
did.
me
I
too.
mean, personally and academically, because like you were saying, like, I had a lot of F's and D's. I would barely just passing it.
Yeah.
The easiest day, I would say the easiest day of school was the days where um I mean,
Like the half
first,
days where we
like
got
the
up to
half
like
day,
12.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Like it wasn't even
Yeah.
the first day. The first day of school is the first day of school is like, yo, we're already behind. We need to hurry up. Like, yo, we just got here.
Dude, bro, I don't think any other school is like that. I think they're just on some BS, bro. I don't
I
know.
think so
It
too.
didn't even make sense.
But it did wake me up, like, this is what life's gonna be like. It's not gonna be
Exactly. Yeah.
comfortable,
That's
you
true.
know?
In the real world, when you applying for jobs, they're not gonna wait for you
Hmm.
to they're not gonna like slowly inch you in. They're just gonna be like, look, this is what you gotta do.
Yeah,
You gotta take care of business. So,
yeah. And
I am grateful for Granada, regardless of how much I struggled. At the end of the day, it's a part of my development.
mhm.
So I'm,
I
I'm grateful for like, all the struggles along with
I
and the
think
thing is it could have my bad.
no,
Go
no,
ahead,
go
go
for
ahead.
it. I was gonna
I
say
was- okay, go. Go ahead, bro.
light
Go
skin
ahead.
species right here. I was gonna say, I think our struggles in the beginning kind of was able to amplify our success or our triumphance in
Yes.
the later run, because with me, I have the ability now to look 2020 hindsight,
Mm-hmm.
this happened, how this unfolded, and how now I can maneuver appropriately,
Mm-hmm.
so I can avoid having to go through such a rough patch like that again. If I
Exactly.
was able
Exactly.
to, if early on, not bad, if early on I was successful in everything, and I didn't have any rough patches, or just rough patches if I had at that degree, I would be where I am now, having to learn more and having to go through more struggles.
Exactly.
And
Exactly,
so
bro.
I am really grateful that I had those hardships, those days of just, yo, what do I have to do? Like,
Mm-hmm.
what more can I do? Because I I started to get a bit more a hold onto how they act, how they were conducting the school. And
Yeah.
what I mean by that was, they didn't necessarily give like the IDs. We're more looked at as a barcode. There's a specific code. Like, if you're the ones that are bringing in the banners, you're at a different level than the ones
Yeah.
that aren't. If you're the
Yeah.
ones that are bringing in the championships, you're if you're what is the little club they had?
Was it Deca?
DECA. They had
Yeah.
DECA. They had ASB.
And we
Uh,
like won the like national championship or something. Like,
yeah,
but like
like,
they didn't care about sports though. They
that,
did not care.
that's the crazy thing. Like, I never been to a high school.
Yo,
Yo, oh, my bad.
You good? What happened?
The phone happened.
The
I was
phone
saying, I was
happened.
saying, yeah, the phone happened. Um,
All right.
I never,
Nice.
I never went to a high school where they didn't care about sports like that. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
and bro, like those, I noticed like a lack of almost like tradition, dude.
Yeah,
Cause like the band wouldn't even like play. Like I guess like sometimes at like varsity games, but
yeah.
like in Texas, bro, the culture is completely different. Like the
Football.
pep rallies are wild. Like we
Yeah,
have it every single time there was a what do you call it? A football game or
yeah,
like an important football game. And it would be nice, you know what I mean?
yeah.
Like they would have the band, they would have the cheerleaders like doing their flips and all that cool stuff. And like, I mean, at Granada, we kind of missed out on that experience. They were pushing so hard for just like get these A's, man. And they would just like play like, I don't know, like quiet radio hits on the
Yeah,
on the little amphitheater speakers or whatever.
I remember that. I remember. I mean,
But
granted, what the I think the coolest thing they did, like for football players or varsity players on game days, they're like wear suits and everything.
that was pretty cool.
That
Yeah,
was pretty cool. But yeah, like the culture there, athletically, it was kind of just non-existent. But
exactly.
they did such. I mean, they did do a good job pushing people, forcing it down on fucking throats. Do you the A's? I'm
Yeah,
like, with me, I just didn't care. Like
me too, dude. Yeah,
I was still learning more about myself. I was trying to survive personally. I didn't care about trying to impress or live up to some standards from a school that I don't really care about, you
yeah,
know? And
exactly.
I think freshman year wasn't so bad. It was really sophomore year that really kicked me in the back. But freshman year was like a filling out party. You know what
Mhm.
I mean? Like, okay, this is what I'm about to deal with in the future. All right, let me try to go for it, try my best. There's a few teachers that there's a few teachers, specifically Miss Abbott. You know what I mean?
I
Um,
remember Miss Abbott.
yeah, I she's
Yo,
hard to forget. You know,
she's very hard to forget. But you know what? My writing has gotten so good because of her. Like I
I
got like
appreciate
straight
her.
D's in her class, but like,
I
dude,
appreciated her.
yeah,
I
exactly.
appreciated her. And we would go to war constantly. And it was
Yeah,
never like I wanted to go to war with this woman,
it
this
kind
teacher.
of just happens.
It just happened.
It's
You know,
just
my how
nah.
I felt to express myself and
Yeah.
how she wanted her class or her students to go about her system, it
Hmm.
didn't align. And so we
Yeah.
just constantly, butt heads. But looking, back, being able my tolerance for on what I believe to be unnecessary treatment.
Yeah.
My tolerance for that type of environment, definitely at work with managers,
Oh,
management,
definitely,
my
bro. Like
tolerance was able to go high because of her
exactly.
in
Exactly.
that environment. And
You
so,
know.
like, me being in the position where I am now, definitely like mentally, I don't hate Miss Abbott. You know what I mean? Like I don't have any ill feelings for her. And even in that moment, what helped me stay the course was I knew for a fact I knew for a fact this teacher or this experience I'm having with this teacher may not be in 10 months, but I know in a few years I'm gonna be looking back at her and what I had to deal with, what we went and did with each other.
Yeah.
Always in disagreements and I got to do this as a punishment or I have to, I
Yeah.
knew that was gonna make me better. And so I do appreciate Miss Abbott. I hope you're doing good. And
Shout out
you
Miss
know,
Abbott, man.
shout out to Miss Abbott. And she did try. And to
Yeah.
speak backing upon reaching the youth and how Shepard just does it flawlessly, effortlessly.
Hmm.
She she did try to reach the youth. She did try to be cool and hip and you know what I mean? Like
You know, she gave it her best shot, man. And
she
you
did.
know what? Like I mean, it's one of those where like retroactively it worked, but at the time it's like, bro, what?
Yeah, like
You know what I mean? But I mean, like looking back, it's like, you know what? Like at the end of the day, she had her best interest,
yeah,
and
she had
that's
nothing
that's
but
all
good
you can
intentions.
ask. I mean, she was a teacher who, she pushed you to be as good as you can be, man.
Yeah.
And like you said, your tolerance goes up. So like, like you said at work, man,
Yeah.
like dealing with just BS customers, just like, you that doesn't phase you as much because you had to
Yeah.
deal with Miss Abbott first. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like,
Yeah. You had to deal with her class, her syllabus, and all of
yeah,
that.
definitely.
To speak a bit more about like Granada, because I love talking to people I went to school,
You love talking about Granada. All right.
talking
But
crap about Granada with friends.
yeah.
Who you remember any of your teachers?
Any of my teachers,
Yeah.
I feel like I remember most of them. I take that back, not most of them. There's a couple standout ones.
Yeah. Yeah.
Shout out
Tell
Miss
me your
Bryant.
standouts.
You want me
Who?
to shout them all out?
Yeah. Tell me your standouts.
All right, my standouts was all right, Miss Bryan, bro. Switch up Queen of the Year.
Yeah.
the beginning, the beginning of when I was in her class, she was like so nice.
What year?
2 months in, like it was like complete switch up. Like she was like mad at me all the time. I'm like, whoa, bro, like chill, man. So shout out Miss Bryan, and you know what? I'm thankful for her too. I'm thankful for everyone, because
Right.
at the
Right.
end of the day, it's a part of my development.
Much love.
But
Much thanks.
exactly, exactly. So looking back, I ain't mad. It is what it is. But shout out Miss Bryan. What's her name? There's this Indian lady. Bro. Oh man, my chemistry teacher, bro.
Okay.
Miss Shaw. Miss Shaw. That's who it
Yep,
was,
I've heard of her.
bro. Like, man, it's not her fault, but like her accent is so strong. And it's like you couple that with like chemistry. I'm not good with that stuff.
Oh, for
So
sure.
like not only
Yeah.
can I not understand the subject matter, but like I can't
Can't
understand you
understand her.
explaining the subject matter. So it's like, yeah, I don't know what you're talking about, bro. And then on top of that, she would lose my work all the time. So like even if I would turn something in, she'd be like, "Oh, I don't know where it is. You got to do it." Like, what do you mean?
What
Like,
do you mean? I just did it. I just
yeah,
gave it to you.
exactly. Exactly. So yeah, I mean, I butted heads with her, but uh
Any baddies?
any baddies? Like which
Yeah.
like my teachers?
Yeah.
Oh no.
None?
No, bro. What do you mean, bro? Like
Man.
all of my teachers are like old. Like the youngest teacher I probably had was like Miss Bacon.
Oh, for sure. I was about to say Miss Bacon is a baddie,
All right,
certified
bro. Hey,
chick.
look, I not for me, man, but hey, look, I'm not gonna poo-poo on your Miss Bacon parade, bro. You
She
know?
deserves a parade every day. Miss Abbott bad. Um
You gotta know,
Miss
bro.
there's
Oh
a
man.
few,
You
but
said Miss Abbott is bad?
did I say Miss Abbott? No,
You
Miss
said Miss Abbott. Hey,
Bacon.
look,
Miss
she cool, but she's
Bacon.
like what, like
There's
40, 45? She was up there,
oh
man.
Miss Barbosa.
That
Oh,
sounds I remember
Spanish
Miss
teacher in L
Barbosa.
building. Miss
Dude, I think you're just
Barbosa.
tripping, man.
Miss Barbosa
Miss
was
Barbosa looked like Dora the Explorer, bro. She sounded like her too, just like a adult Dora the Explorer.
she's still
She was
cute though.
cool,
She was young too. Like she was what 30 some probably. I
bro.
don't know.
Man, you are
Who else? There's
you're
another one.
geeking, man.
Miss there's a chemistry teacher. I don't know. She's from Canada. She's bad too, but
Bro, I'm thinking man, you are blessed with the bad teachers. I just remember the terrible ones. Dude, there was my Spanish teachers, both of my all three of my Spanish, no, just both of them, two of them.
who are they?
Miss Maritzis, bro. Oh my gosh.
Who are
Dude,
they?
I'm sorry.
But
Like I
she's the
just had
short
to call
lady?
a spade, huh?
But she's the short lady?
I think so. She was older.
Just
Um,
like the super short. Was he super?
maybe maybe not.
Was she in L building though?
She was in L building.
On the
Uh, she man, dude, she even just looked rough, man. Like she had like the darkest bags under her eyes. I think like I think
what
school stressed her out.
what side of L building were you coming from?
All right, so like let's say you're walking from the black
Cafeteria?
top
Okay,
from the
blacktop.
from the basketball hoops, you're
Uh-huh.
walking in from that direction, from like the M building.
On
And
the
then
left
and then
side.
on the left side,
Okay, yeah, yeah. That was the short one because I had her at first.
is it the darker skin one or the lighter one?
The
Because
lighter, the lighter one, but really short.
was she like big?
She was, I wouldn't say she was fat, but she was
We might be thinking of two different people, bro.
okay then. But I see,
I don't know.
I had a terrible run-in with my first Spanish teacher, and
Yeah.
I had transferred to goodness, I remember, I forget, but I had a much better replacement. And
Yeah.
who did I have? I we're gonna have to read. I'd rather do this again and we talk about our teachers. But
For
I had
sure.
after sophomore year, my sophomore teacher was cool too. He liked
Yeah.
comic books, but yeah, the baddies. The Asian girls, man. The Asian teachers up in the English Asian girls, man. Oh,
Yo, what?
baddies, man.
Man, I
Just
guess we got different definitions of bad, bro. But hey, man, you do you,
see,
man.
I
You do
love
you.
milfs. I love milfs.
Hey, man, look, just
So if
don't
you're
go breaking
40,
up any families, bro.
if you're 40 and you're
You
down
dog.
with the down, then I'm down with
Don't.
it too.
Hey, man, look, you do you, man. I'm gonna let you do your thing. You know, you stay slaying the mamas, and I'll stay within my age range. You
Hey,
know,
mama mentality, shoot or shoot, you know.
mama ment. There you go, bro.
Kobe though.
There you go,
How
man.
how did you take that? How did you take that news? How did you what were you doing?
Kobe.
What happened? Where were you?
I remember where I was. I feel like I was like playing Pokemon. I feel like I think I was playing
Okay.
Pokemon. And then my dad's in the next room, like, yo, like come here. I was like, what? Like, chill. I'm just trying to, I'm just trying to catch them all, bro. And
Yeah, for real.
he's like, bro, Kobe died. I'm like, no way. Like I thought he was joking. I'm like, bro, what are you talking about? It's
Right.
Kobe.
Yeah.
And then like I see the headline, and then I see helicopter crash.
Yeah.
I was like, it was like unbelievable, bro. Like it really
Still
didn't
is.
it didn't sit until like the next day.
It's I mean,
Like it
respectfully
was
though,
that's heavy news, bro. Like that's a all-time LA legend, you know. And
all-time
then being
world legend.
yeah, exactly. And just being born and raised in LA, personally I'm a Clippers fan, but I never disliked the Lakers. I've always liked the Lakers, you know. Um just because I just like watching good basketball. I don't have anything against any team. It
Yeah.
just happens to be that Clippers are my favorite team.
Right.
But like, I mean, just watching Kobe play and then, learning his mentality, how he goes about life, like that's so inspiring.
It is.
And then like he had a 20-year career,
Yeah. 20 years.
and was like one of the best, like still when in his 20th year, like
Mm-hmm.
that's just like next level legend type stuff. And to
Levels.
see that just like all gone in a moment, bro.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't take much. So it just goes to show nobody's safe, man. When
Nobody.
when God says it's your time, it's time to go, and you really gotta cherish life, because you never know, man. You never know when things can go south. So
Exactly. I feel like to me personally it still hasn't set in. You know
mm,
what I mean? Like I'm no longer thinking it's not real. I just don't I just can't ever a thought has okay, I would be lying when I say that. I There was a time before January 26th where I was thinking because I played my favorite one of my favorite 2Ks was 2K19, you
okay,
know, and I played with the Lakers and it was like the second year where Kobe was like a guest commentator
yeah,
and it was just got to the point where I thought like, yo, h- how how is Kobe gonna die? Like how would that ever happen? You know, like I sometimes I just think morbid, very morbid thoughts. And I'm
yeah,
like, how old is he gonna go? Because I was like, this is what I was thinking when I was listening when I was having those questions.
yeah,
Personally, I don't want to see him die old. I feel as though that would be that I just didn't want to see that. You know, to see one of my favorites go out old, I
yeah,
just wouldn't want to see that. Maybe because at that point I would have no choice but to accept it.
hmm
But I never thought 40, 41.
that's yeah,
You know, I was thinking maybe I wasn't even thinking of an age, but I wasn't thinking after a week or two, when I had this thought,
Yeah,
like this
brother.
what happened,
Yeah,
and
it
it
can,
doesn't.
it can happen at any time, man. It just goes to show, you really just gotta, I feel like a lot of people had a new appreciation of life after that happened as well.
I
I see you
think
with the
so.
headband, but
Too.
just like if a legend like that can go just like that, man,
Yeah,
then that opens a lot of people's eyes up,
I
and
think.
people don't want to. I don't know. People don't want to go without getting things right.
Yeah,
I don't want to die and then me still have grudges with people, or me
or
just
like
not being right with God. You know what I mean?
what if?
Just
Yeah,
exactly. Like I want to live uh life every day to the point where it's like, I'll be okay if I go,
yeah, like
like it would
forget
suck, but
everything.
you know what? It is what it is. Like I don't have anything I missed out on doing.
I like how Kobe, like, I have nothing else to do. I'm done with, like, you know what I mean? To being done with basketball, like I've done everything I
Hmm.
could do. I've won at the highest of levels, you
Yeah,
know, and that's exactly how I like you were saying, like a new appreciation of life. I did, you know,
yeah,
definitely with working out, definitely with trying to get what we're doing right now. I tell the story to a few people where this podcast, I've had the idea. See, I before I even get with that, I'm a man that before I start anything, I'm researching
yeah.
and I'm gathering the proper equipment to make sure my offering is as best as it can be.
There you go. That's how you got to do it, man. For sure.
And with that being said, when Kobe passed, that just huh?
Get to a next level. Yeah,
Any like you said, like with Kobe passing, anybody can get it. And
exactly.
so that drove me to, all right, this podcast, what can I get my hands on now?
Hmm.
What can I get my hands on now? And that's what I had found the Anchor app, and I was, like, I had no mic, I had no MacBook, I had no laptop, I only had a phone and some Wi-Fi, or cellular. Like that's what I was dealing with. I was dealing with ground zero, and I stayed committed. I found a co-host. I found my place, continuing to find my footing, and I
Yeah.
stayed consistent. And look at where we are now. No, I when I first started, no visuals, terrible audio, terrible, and I
Look,
stayed
man, you got to
committed,
start somewhere, man.
and I grew exactly. And I could have gathered the proper equipment, and no telling how much that would have took in time and money,
Hmm.
and not have stayed committed, not
Yeah.
have, had the same desire. But because of Kobe, just to be able to look at it, just to be able to give it, to not have his passing in vain, it's motivated me to go out with nothing and being okay with it, you
Yeah.
know, and you can't take, you know what I mean? Like last year I was saying, man, I can't take any day for granted. This year is I can't take a second for granted. Not a
Yeah,
second.
man. You really can't, man.
And it's just allowed, his passing just allowed me to unlock a new level of focus, determination, and just ambition, like just going for it, trying different things and letting
Yeah,
the chips
bro.
fall as they may, you know? Like
Hmm.
personally, I think I'm the best in the world at whatever I do.
That's how
You
that's
know
how
what I
you
mean?
got to look at it. Like for real, bro. You can what do you call it? You can't live life thinking like, oh, I'm not good enough
Yeah,
or all that. Like, bro, like no one started off amazing at anything.
not even
So
so.
it's one of those things where like you have to just go in with the thought of like, yo, I'm really good at this, and like if you pursue it day after day, you're gonna eventually live up to whatever you're saying in your head. But
Hmm.
if you have that mindset of, oh, I can't do it, you're never even gonna
Yeah.
attempt to,
Yeah, why even bother?
live up to your potential.
Why even bother trying if you don't think you're the best or going to be the
Exactly.
best?
Exactly, bro. I mean, but
I
you look at Kobe, or better example, look at Jordan, right?
Yeah.
um, you know, there's a man who he probably thought he was the best, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then he gets cut from his high school team. You think he thought he sucked after that? Like, no, he probably thought like, no, bro.
Something's
Like, I'm
wrong
gonna
with the
make that
coach.
team, man. Like, I'm
Yeah.
too cold. I'm too cold at basketball to get cut like that. So,
Yes.
and then he spoke it into existence and worked it into existence. And it's just it's a mindset.
And then you look at LeBron,
Mhm.
GOAT, and then you see him on national television on his high school team, greatest of all time.
Hey, bro, I agree, man. I agree.
But I do agree with what you're saying. I really want to get into Isaiah Hammond
All
on
right.
pause.
Pause. Yeah, I'm about to
What
say
what what had you go the route that you are with being a photographer? What motivates you now still with doing it, having some experience in it? And what got you into skateboarding?
okay.
What got you in those two things?
Yeah, for sure. So I guess with photography, it's kind of funny. Like honestly, I've always been interested in photography and but I just like never had a camera. And then I was kind of like unmotivated to do like anything in school, right? There
Mm-hmm.
was no photography courses in high school.
Right.
But then after we moved to Texas, my dad just got me a camera. He's like, I know you had some sort of interest, try it, see if it works out.
Right.
And I had a photography class, and honestly, I didn't really like it. I was like, this is bogus.
Yeah.
Like, um, but when it came time to apply for college classes, I didn't like really know what to do. I'm like, I don't know what to study. I don't want to do anything like normally academic,
Yeah.
like not like math or English or you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to do something different, but I didn't know what. And I had the camera. I was like, oh, whatever. Let me just do photography. And then, uh, I still kind of didn't like it. But then something clicked. Like when the new year hit, basically 2020, I
Mhm.
started taking it serious and having fun with it. Just
Okay.
shooting pictures for fun,
Yeah.
not for like a grade or whatever, but just for fun.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was just the whole creative. I fell in love with the whole creative process and just being able to manifest something. It's a form of manifestation. You have an idea in your head
Mm-hmm.
and you try to get that image and when it comes out, it either comes out good and you feel like amazing, you're like, I just did that, or it
Right.
doesn't and you're just like, dang.
Right.
And then you move on to the next thing.
Yeah.
But and then slowly, this is around the time where I'm going through like my spiritual awakening. I'm like slowly building more and more confidence in myself as well.
What time was that? What year was? Oh, not what year, but what month or
I
season
would
was that?
say I would say it was probably like uh January.
January. So really starting the new year off right.
Yeah, bro. Hey, give me 1 second. I'll be
Yeah.
right back. We're back. What was I saying?
You was talking about you're talking about just starting the new year off right, your spiritual awakening. You then you started to fall in love and take photography more seriously.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So, I'm slowly building up my confidence as well.
Yeah.
And like a lot of awkward moments later, like I'm trying to be a good photographer. You have to be able to talk to people.
Okay.
I can't just sit inside the house all day and expect to get good. Like I have to build up my social skills to a point where like I'm okay with just talking to like any rando
Right.
and like getting rejected if they don't want a picture. All right, cool, they don't want a picture.
Did has that occurred? Like has that occurred? Like yo, like I got this camera, it's super cool. I'm taking flicks. Do you want to take a flick? Like has someone said, nah, I'm good or
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I would say like most people probably said like I'm good. What I found is most people are like super camera shy. But it's all good. It's like being a salesman.
yeah,
You're gonna get a lot of no's, but those yeses are you just gotta take the yeses and run with those and
for
do the best
sure.
with what you got.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, and then over the summer I was just hitting up random people on Instagram,
Mm.
and just that also helped me, build up my confidence, like literally sliding into DMs, not
Huh.
for anything, like, you know what I mean,
Yeah.
just for strictly pictures, and
Business.
like
Business only. Serious
nah, bro, but
inquiries.
like, what's up?
Serious inquiries only, huh?
Exactly, bro. Like strictly business, man.
Nothing
But
personal.
but yeah, so I, just hitting up randos on IG, and getting
Baddies
a
for
photo
sure.
shoot. I mean, yeah, bro. I'm gonna be straight up with you, bro. Like
Hey.
that. But I mean, like, all right, let's be straight up, bro. If you see a portfolio, you want to
Yeah.
see some baddies, or do you want to see like some toe up looking, like, no.
Oh, for real, you want some baddies, bro? Yeah,
Exactly. Exactly.
I got you.
So yeah, so I'm doing that, and that, and then that's slowly building up my passion for it. And then I would say around the same time I started taking skateboarding a lot more serious. I kind of skated on and off for about 6 years.
Okay.
But then this year, 2020, was like, I just, quarantine, nothing else to do. I have my skateboard in the garage. Let's just break it out, start relearning some tricks. And then I started having a lot of fun with that too. And then started hitting the skate parks over the summer.
Hmm.
And I'm realizing, like, yo, I could mix the two. I could
I
mix
was just about
photography and skateboarding.
and
And
sometimes I see like on Instagram with people recording and they're
mhm,
recording while on their skateboard so they can like go fast or whatever,
yeah,
have that mobile, that transportation. And I just
exactly.
about to ask you like how first I want to know in photography, what does your creative process look like and how do you mix the two together?
Okay. So let's see. Um so I guess my creative process is like, I would have a idea. I have to be inspired first. I
Hmm.
rarely go into a photo shoot where I don't have a general idea of what I want to shoot.
Hmm.
Um and at first I tried starting looking on Pinterest and all this type of Google images, whatever, for like ideas. But
Right.
then I realized, like, that's not really helping me out. Like, using someone else's ideas aren't really helping me. I
Hmm.
kind of have to come up with it on my own. So what I started doing was taking self portraits, and
Okay.
like putting a camera on a tripod and just shooting me,
Yeah.
and
Sexy.
then I would have, I don't know, I would just have like a certain idea. It's hard to explain. The image kind of just pops in my head.
I
Like,
understand.
oh yeah, that'd be kind of cool. Let me try that out. And
Yeah.
then I would try it, see if it works. And I'm just a G, so like most of the time it does work.
Hmm.
But like, sometimes you mess up, and you waste a lot of time. But
I got you.
it's part of the creative process. You're not gonna take dubs all the time.
I understand that. Do you which one are you taking more seriously as a like a profession? Like you want to be a professional, like you will be a professional photographer. Like that's what you want
Oh
to
yeah,
be
that's definitely
as
what I want to
a
do.
source of income.
Skateboarding is definitely like, it's not gonna be a profession for me, but it'll definitely be a bridge in
Like
which
Lil
I can
Wayne.
I can use photography. So, like I was saying earlier, I wanted to mix the two, mix
Hmm.
photography and skateboarding, and like, there's a market for skateboarding photographers,
Yeah.
and personally, I just think it's really cool, and I feel like being an artist and also being a skater, it kind of gives me like a distinct advantage. Like, I know what skaters like. So
Right.
I can, if I'm taking a picture, I know what would kind of look cool, and put my own little creative spin on it.
You're in a
And
niche. A niche. You
exactly. I
have
found
niche.
my lane, and yeah, just it's just time to run with it and go hard. And like you were saying, get your equipment, and I just got like a bunch of equipment, and just to what do you call it? Like, I'm gonna start videography as well now.
Mhm.
Um,
I do have like a business proposal. I would like to talk
yeah,
off air, but
all right, bet.
I want to know because you're in Dallas, Texas, right?
Yeah,
And that in regards of Texas, that is in most cities, that's a popular state. That's a busy city right
yeah,
there.
yeah.
But in terms of entertainment and yeah, entertainment and art compared to a New York City or Los Angeles, heck, even a Chicago.
Hmm.
I would like you to just talk, like, just tell people like how to go about being in a small market but doing big things as to what
Okay.
you're doing.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, there's definitely a distinct difference in terms of like I guess the creatives in LA or New York. You know, I grew up in LA, so you know there's definitely a bigger market out there, but it's just one of those things where you just have to build up the confidence and just network. That's really what you have to do.
Right.
You can't be afraid to just talk to people, get a lot of no's.
Yeah.
And you know, and it's funny, like for me, what helped me build up my confidence was just uh just like what do you call it, just try to like just talk to as many girls as possible, bro. That's like because like you know you feel that pit in your stomach, you don't really want to do it, but
Right.
then you start getting good at it, you start building a little bit of confidence, then
Yeah.
it's like all right, asking someone for pictures isn't a big deal, like that's, you know what I mean. So
Yeah.
you tackle something that's a lot tougher, and then you can easily tackle just, you know, I don't know. So basically, my advice would just be do stuff that breaks you way outside your comfort zone, and then whatever you want to do in your field will be like way easier. You know,
Yeah. I got you.
that's
I
the best
understand.
way I could put it. Yeah,
Thank you though. I
for
also
sure.
want to drop some another jewel. It's not
Do
gonna
it.
be as big as that one, but when you mentioned networking, and that's kind of like that's been like a buzzword for a little bit that for people in the creative spaces. I
Hmm.
personally don't. I see the people that use that word a lot, and I can tell that they don't actually live up to that. But then
Hmm.
in regards of like myself, I do network. I I've learned so much um about myself in terms of networking because I was very shy in high school.
Yeah,
You know,
same, bro.
speaking about talking to girls. Like I was like LeBron James, how they like to say he flops. Like I was just flopping all the time. Like I just,
Bro, hey
flop.
man, look, we all go through it. We all go through it, but that's why I'm saying, like, especially for my shy homies out there, man. Like,
Yeah.
literally, just step way outside your comfort zone, and
There
that'll
you
help
go.
you. That'll help you enormously, man. And yeah, it's one of those things where like it seems terrible at the time, but
Mhm.
then you look back, you're like, what was I so scared of? You know, once
Yeah.
you start getting good at something, you're like, what was the big deal? You know.
Like what's
So that definitely carried over into photography.
what's the worst thing they can say? No. Okay, fine. We just move on.
Exactly, bro.
Like I think
All
that's
that means is that she wasn't for you anyways. Like it's not a big deal.
exactly like
It's just someone who's interested in you, you know?
my thing will always be like, all right, this person say no, all right, this the next person, all right, like keep on moving to the next.
Yeah,
I know I'm like, listen, if out of 100 people, one say yes, hey, I got a yes. You know what I
exactly.
mean?
There you
Like,
go.
and I move on from that. You
Hmm.
know, I I am a hopeless romantic light skin cancer man, and
There you
so
go.
I would use the apps Tinder.
Oh no, nah, bro. You gotta
Um,
hop off the Tinder, man.
I would use the app
Yeah.
Bumble. Bumble.
Bumble.
I want to talk about Bumble and the greatness of that app. That app is really
The
great.
greatness.
And hear me out. Hear me out. Let me
All right,
explain.
bro. I'll
Kevin
hear
Hart.
you out.
Let me explain.
All right.
On this app, there's three sections of this app, right? There's the looking for romance,
Mm-hmm.
looking for friends, and looking for business.
For
There's
business.
a
Yeah.
business part of it. And I've been able to find people around my area, like-minded individuals that are in the same things and that aren't in the same things, and being able to communicate to them.
Okay.
And that
That
is
might be something to
something
look into for
that
sure.
I would recommend with you because that's it's kind of they will find it in the area like Tinder and all the other apps,
Mhm.
and like voila, just be able to communicate from there. Definitely
Yep.
with quarantine, I'm in the house or whatever. Let me use this, and then move on to the next stage. All right, I want to work through with this person. I want to meet up to this person. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, for
Now you
sure.
have a way to still do things without having to compromise so much.
Mm-hmm.
In in the beginning stages, I um I highly recommend using that, or
That's
to
something to look
everybody,
into, bro.
everybody that's that's gonna see this. Like, Bumble is a really good app to use to network, find friends, relationships, whatever the case may be.
Definitely, definitely.
This is
Yeah,
this I feel like it's always been like a blessing to know someone that is related to Big Sean. Like, just tell me, how does it
bro.
feel to be
I'm not related to
to-
Big Sean.
how does it feel? I don't know what you're saying. How does it feel to be Big Sean's little brother, and like
Man,
to go to weddings and concerts and things like that? Like, just walk it.
let's set the record straight. All right. So my bro, he plays for Big Sean. He drums for Big Sean. You know what I mean? And I met him at my sister's wedding. So that's where the connection is.
Okay.
You know, he's a cool dude.
He's
You know?
not just a cool dude. That's your favorite rapper right there. I
Hey,
remember
nah, J. Cole's my favorite rapper, but Big
J.
Sean's cool
Cole.
too. Yeah,
What's your
Big Sean.
favorite J. Cole album?
That's a great question. I've been listening to For Your Eyes Only just
Okay.
because I like the song Change and Deja Vu off of it. Immortal's pretty dope too.
That
But
one's a pretty good one, popular one.
um bro, I don't know, man. I think I like the warm up. Honestly, my favorite songs are on the warm up. Probably I don't know if that counts as an album or a mixtape, but
Mm,
whatever. The
it is,
warm up.
yeah. That was there's a song with Drake. I
Mm,
remember that one. That's a pretty good one too.
in the morning, I
In
think.
the morning, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for the new J. Cole. He dropped that two piece
I'm all here for
last
it, bro.
year. He dropped
Yeah,
that two piece last year. That was good music right there. Really good
it
music.
is, man. He's a talented dude, man. I'm looking forward to all types of art that's coming out this year, man. Probably hopefully a Kendrick album, you know.
Kendrick, Cole, maybe
Bro.
Rihanna. I'm hearing
Yeah,
Beyonce. I'm
man.
hearing The
I'm all here
Weeknd
for
coming
it,
back.
bro. Dude, that'd be dope. I'm
Yeah.
even man, even if they have like a I don't know, Macklemore thrift shop part two, man. I
That
don't know.
song, I remember that
I don't know
song.
why that just randomly came in my head, but yeah,
Right.
that song was dope.
That song. I'm that song's bad because if I like, no,
Whoa.
no, I'm saying like that song is bad for me because I'll listen to a little bit and then that song would just get stuck in my head. You
Oh
know,
yeah.
this is fucking like I just
It's a good
yeah,
song, man. I'm all here
it's
for
pretty
it,
good.
bro. Yeah,
I want to thank you for taking the time to join me.
definitely, bro. Anytime.
I really I've been waiting for this one, like really, like I really do appreciate this. This
For sure.
is
I appreciate you having me on, man.
this has been fun. Is there anything you would like to let people know? Plug your shit, plug everything. I want to know.
Okay.
Um,
Um, bet yeah.
go
You
for
can
it.
check out my website. That's where my portfolio is. Hit me up if you guys need pics and are
Okay.
in the Dallas area. It's ntbshots.com. Instagram at izzy.ntb. And man, I guess I'll just close on that, man. You know, just live life to the fullest, man.
Yes,
Hey,
sir.
there you go.
Sir.
Live life to the fullest, you know. Don't live with regrets, man. Go ham, go crazy.
Yes, sir. All right, bro. On to the next one, man.
All right,
I'll talk to
sounds
you
good,
later. All
man.
right.
You have a great one.
Cheers.
Deuces.